It was supposed to be just another quiet Friday night for Daniel and his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. The little diner on the corner of Maple Street was their go-to spot, a place where pancakes were served all day, and the waitress always slipped Lily an extra cherry on her ice cream. But that night, as Daniel slid into the booth across from his daughter, he sensed something was off. The low hum of chatter was broken by a sudden sharp voice from the other side of the room. Two men leaned aggressively over a young woman's table. She was alone, clutching her purse tightly, her wide eyes darting toward the exit. Lily tugged at her dad's sleeve. "Daddy," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Can we help her?" Daniel froze. He wasn't a cop, not a soldier, not even someone used to confrontation. He was just a mechanic, a single dad trying to raise his daughter. But when he looked into Lily's pleading eyes, he knew he couldn't just sit back. He stood up slowly, his heart pounding. Crossing the diner floor, he placed himself between the woman and the man. "Is there a problem here?" Daniel's voice was calm, but his stance left no room for debate. One of the men sneered. "Mind your business." Daniel shook his head. "She is my business." "Not tonight." The tension thickened, forks clattered onto plates, and the diner went silent. For a moment, it seemed like things might explode, but then the men muttered under their breath and stormed out, slamming the door behind them. The woman's hands shook as she whispered, "Thank you." "You don't know what could have happened." Daniel gave a small nod, guiding her back into her seat. Lily offered the woman her own napkin, smiling shyly. That night, Daniel didn't think much of it. He tucked Lily into bed, brushed off her proud, "Daddy, you were like a superhero," and convinced himself it was just a moment that would fade with the days. But the next morning, everything changed. When Daniel arrived at his small repair shop, a sleek black car was parked outside. The same woman from the diner stepped out. But this time she wasn't just a frightened stranger. She carried herself with quiet authority, dressed in a tailored suit that screamed success. "Daniel," she began, her voice softer now. "I didn't get to tell you who I am yesterday. My name is Claire Reynolds." The name struck him. Reynolds, as in Reynolds Industries, the company that owned half the factories in the state. "I wanted to thank you," Claire continued. "Not just for protecting me, but for showing your daughter what courage and decency look like. The truth is, I was meeting someone that night to discuss a deal, and those men weren't strangers. They were trying to intimidate me out of it, but because of you, I walked away safe." Daniel shifted uncomfortably, wiping grease from his hands. "I just did what anyone should have," Claire smiled faintly. "Not everyone would have, which is why I like to return the kindness." From inside the car, she pulled out a folder, setting it gently on the hood of his old pickup. Daniel opened it and froze. Inside were documents offering him a contract to service and manage the fleet of Reynolds Industries vehicles, enough work to transform his struggling shop into a thriving business. Daniel looked up, stunned. "Why me?" "Because," Claire said softly, glancing toward Lily, who was skipping across the lot. "The kind of man who listens to his daughter when she says, 'Can we help her?' is the kind of man I trust." Daniel swallowed hard, words catching in his throat. He never expected that one small act in a diner could ripple into something this big. And as Lily wrapped her arms around his waist, beamy, he realized their lives had quietly shifted forever.